Hello, dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Now, today we are going to complete the final topic of the functions of Reserve Bank of India. And this is one of the most important function of Reserve Bank of India. That is known as the control of credit. When you have discussed the process of credit creation, you have seen that the banks are able to create more credit from their primary deposit. That is 1,000. If it converted into rupees 5,000. That was the process of credit creation we have discussed earlier. Now, many a times it happens that the process of credit creation leads to inflationary pressure in the economy. Why? Because with the process of credit creation, money supply increases in the economy. As and when the money supply increases, aggregate demand also increases, and we cannot meet the aggregate supply. Okay, aggregate supply cannot meet with the aggregate demand. So when the demand is more than the supply is less, it leads to increase in the prices, and that leads to inflationary pressure in the economy. So it becomes very important for the RBI as a head of the monetary policy and the head of the all the commercial banks. It becomes very important for the RBI to restrict the flow of credit in the economy or to reduce the money supply in the economy. So that is known as the controller of credit. So these are the two instruments available with the RBI. One is the known as quantitative instrument, and other one is known as the qualitative instrument. With the help of these two instruments, RBI will restrict the credit creation process, or will restrict the money supply, or will reduce the money supply in the economy. Number one is known as a bank rate. A bank rate is a rate at which RBI provides loan to the commercial bank, and depending on the bank rate, commercial bank will provide loan to their customer. Now you can see on your screen that, for example, the bank rate is 5%. So whenever the commercial bank wants loan from the RBI, or they will approach RBI for a loan, they have to pay 5% to the RBI. So 5%, that is known as bank rate. It is known as a cost. It is also known as cost of borrowing for the commercial bank. So the cost of borrowing for the commercial bank is 5%. Now, when the bank rate is 5%, the lending rate is 12%. Now, lending rate is that rate at which commercial bank provide loan to their customer. Okay. So you can see on your screen that when the bank rate is 5%, lending rate of the commercial bank is 12%, and there are more customers approaching the bank for the loan. Okay. Now, RBI thinks that there is a lot of credit creation going in the economy. There is a lot of money supply in the economy. Okay, there is a inflation pressure in the economy. It will increase the bank rate from 5% to 8%. Okay. Now the next part, that is the bank rate has been increased to 8%. Now the cost of borrowing for the commercial bank increases. Earlier they were getting loan at 5%. Now they are getting loan at 8%. The cost of borrowing for the commercial bank increases. It puts the pressure on the commercial bank to increase their lending rate. Okay, because the bank are getting loan at very higher rate, so they cannot provide loan to their customer at a cheaper rate. You can see on the screen that the lending rate increases from 12% to 15%. Now earlier there were more person who were approaching bank for the loan. Now you can see there are less person approaching bank for the loan. So by increasing the bank rate, the RBI is able to restrict the flow of credit in the economy, or it will help to discourage the process of credit creation in the economy. Yeah, you can pause this and you can read it out. Okay. Today I'm going to just quickly explain the concepts on it. You can read it out, and if you have any doubt, you can mail me. I've given my mail ID also. Okay. So I'm explaining once again. Bank rate is the rate at which RBI provides loan to the commercial bank, and increasing bank rate increases the lending rate of the commercial bank. Okay, as and when the lending rate increases, the loan becomes costlier for the common people, and it reduces the or it discourages the credit creation process of the commercial bank. Next is open market operation. Open market operation means sale and purchase of government securities by RBI. Now, whenever the government is in need of money, they approaches RBI. Government will give the securities to RBI, and RBI as an agent, or as a debt manager, or as a controller of securities, they will sell the security on behalf of the government. So whenever the government is in need of money for meeting their social or economic activities, they approaches RBI. They will give their security to RBI, and mainly the securities are the treasury bills and the government bonds. So they give their security to RBI. RBI as an agent sell these securities in the open market. Now, these securities are very precious securities. uh, every individual, including the commercial bank, will purchase these securities because there is no risk attached and the return is guaranteed. So, whenever the RBI thinks that there's a lot of credit creation going in the economy or there is surplus amount of money is there in the economy, RBI will sell the security in the open market and it will pull the excess money from the economy. Now, for example, the Kotak Mahindra Bank is having a reserves. That reserve they are going to use for the credit creation process. Now, as and when the RBI has announced that they are going to sell the government security, commercial bank will purchase those securities. So the reserve of the commercial bank will decreases, and the cash balance of the account holder will also decrease. For example, if the commercial bank don't want to purchase the security, then their customer will purchase the security. So the cash balances of the account holder will decrease, and it will ultimately decrease the cash reserves of the or the surplus of the commercial bank. Now there is less money left with the commercial bank for the credit creation, and the excess money is pulled by the RBI. So whenever there is a lot of credit creation going in the economy, or whenever there is more money supply in the economy, the RBI will sell the government securities and pull the excess money from the economy. Vice versa effect, whenever there is a less credit creation, okay, RBI will purchase this security from the customers or the commercial bank and will provide them with the cash and provide them with the liquidity. So is a when the credit creation is more or the inflation is more, RBI will sell the security. When the credit creation is less, RBI will purchase the securities. This is known as the open market operation, the sale and purchase of government securities by the RBI. We have discussed earlier banker to the function, banker to the government function of RBI, in which RBI acts as an agent. Act as an agent means it is also known as public debt manager. Okay, all the government securities are purchased and sold by the RBI only. So by selling the securities, the central bank reduces the cash balance of the commercial bank. It decreases the money supply in the economy. Next is legal reserve ratio. As we have discussed earlier, legal reserve ratio are of two types: cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio. Now, cash reserve ratio is to be deposited with the RBI, and SLR is to be kept by the commercial bank with itself. Now, whenever a person approaches bank for whenever a person deposits rupees 1,000 in the commercial bank, a part of that deposit is to be deposited with the RBI, and other part is to be kept by the commercial bank itself. So whatever the proportion we are giving to RBI is known as CRR, that is cash reserve ratio. For example, CRR is 10%. So out of 1,000, 100 rupees is given to RBI, and 100 rupees is kept by the commercial bank in the form of government security, in the form of gold, and in form of cash balances also. Now there is 800 left with the commercial bank. Now this 800 rupees will be used for the credit creation of providing loans to the people. Now, when the RBI thinks that there is a lot of credit creation going in the economy, they will increase this LRR. For example, they will increase the LRR from 20% to 40%. So now the reserve will be rupees 400, and the credit creation will be of rupees 600 only. So by increasing the LRR, credit creation reduces in the economy. Okay, and vice versa, by decreasing the LRR, credit creation increases in the economy. Okay. So commercial banks are obliged to maintain reserve of two accounts, CRR and SLR. It is a very quick and direct method of controlling the credit creating power of the commercial bank. The RBI can increase the credit creation power of the commercial by making changes in the CRR and SLR. As we discussed earlier, with the help of monetary policy, every 3 months this ratio is being changed depending on the economic condition. Fourth one is now we are starting with the quantitative instruments. Number one is the margin requirement. Margin requirement is the difference between the security offered for the loan and the loan given by the bank. Now, for example, a person approaches bank for a loan of rupees 5,000, 5 lakh. Now, the commercial bank is asking for the security. Okay. Now, he is having gold jewelry worth rupees 5 lakh. So, he is depositing the jewelry of his wife worth rupees 5 lakh with the commercial bank. Now, the margin is 20%. 20% margin is decided by the Reserve Bank of India. So 20% is rupees 1 lakh. So 1 lakh will be kept as a reserve with the commercial bank, and with the remaining amount will be given as a loan. So this is known as a margin requirement. Now why this margin is kept? For example, the value or the price of gold or the rate of gold decreases in the economy. Now, when the price of gold or the rate of gold decreases, it is a loss for the commercial bank. And we have already discussed the commercial bank. The main objective of the commercial bank is the profit maximization. They are not here for service motive. Okay, and the commercial bank also cannot provide a loan of exactly the same value. A certain amount of margin is to be kept by the commercial bank. So, for example, that margin is 20%. So, bank is providing a loan of rupees 5 lakh. Now, suppose the RBI thinks that there is a lot of credit creation. So, the RBI will increase its margin requirement from 20%, they will increase to 50%. Okay, so now he will be able to get a loan of rupees only 2.5 lakh. So, with the help of increase in the margin requirement, the process of credit creation decreases. Okay, so margin is the difference between the amount of loan and the market value of the security offered by the borrower against the loan. By changing the margin requirement, RBI can alter the amount of loan and made against the security by the bank. And increase in the margin reduces the borrowing capacity and the money supply and vice versa. Next is moral suasion. Okay, it is an advice, it is a persuasion, it is a pressure by the central bank to the commercial bank that not to lend, not to provide loan for the personal purpose or the consumption purpose or security purpose. Okay. Moral suasion is exercised through discussion, letters, speeches, and hints to the banks. During the excess credit creation, the central bank advises, requests, or pursues the commercial bank not to advance loan for the speculative or non-essential activities. Okay. It helps to reduce the availability of credit and aggregate demand. Next is selective credit control. Selective credit control is also known as credit rationing. RBI gives direction to every commercial bank whether to provide loan to this particular sector or not. Okay, you can see on your screen there are two sectors, agriculture sector and the aviation sector. Now, agriculture sector is our priority sector. Whenever any person approaches loan for the approaches commercial bank for the loan, uh, and that person is from the agriculture sector, he will be able to get the loan because agriculture is our priority sector. At the present time, you can see the aviation sector is continuously running into losses, and due to this COVID-19 also, the flights are being shut down. So there is a negative trend going on towards the aviation sector. For example, if any aviation company approaches the commercial bank for the loan, they may not get the loan because looking at the trends or looking at the current scenario, they are continuously running into losses. So this method can be applied in both positive and negative manner. In positive manner, it means using measures to channelize credit into priority sector. For example, our education sector is a private sector. In negative manner, it means using measures to restrict the flow of credit to a particular sector. Now, the distinction between the commercial bank and the central bank. You know, the central bank performs as an FX body, and commercial bank is merely a unit. ICI, RBI has the sole authority to issue currency note, whereas commercial bank has not that power. The central bank cannot deal with the public, whereas commercial can directly deal with the public. Central bank deals with the service motive, commercial bank deals with the profit motive. There is only one bank, central bank, that is Reserve Bank of India. There are many commercial banks in the economy. Okay. Now, if you have any doubt, any queries related to the topics which I have taught to you, you can mail me here. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Be safe.